This customer drove 3 days to get to us because the van is in limp mode, and he's been to 2 dealers and they said they can't help him. They just think it's a turbo fault, but they can't get any replacement parts, so he's out of luck, which is why he came here to us. We can still get parts. The dealer's saying they can't. On top of that, it keeps going in and out of this limp mode when he cycles the key. They're saying it's just a turbo, but they're only basing it off of code. So we're gonna figure it out. This customer is desperate. They're trying to do a cross-country road trip, so we really want to be helpful to them so they can have their vacation. Let's get to it. Let's find it out so we can get them going. They told him that he only had one code, and then there were some other codes as well, but they weren't concerned about those codes. I did just talk to the customer outside, and he said that early in their trip, because they're doing a cross-country road trip, he said the serpentine belt broke and then just cut a bunch of stuff up front and some wiring. And he was able to fix that. He said the unique thing is when he cycles the key, feels like he has a little bit of the turbo and that it's not always in limp mode. On flat ground, it's hard to get up to speed. He said up a hill, he said, I'm toast. He's confused about what's going on, and the dealer hasn't given him anything to make him feel confident that a turbo is the issue.
Okay. I just scanned it, and before taking anything apart, I did a visual inspection. Since what you've told me, I think that there's probably going to be a boost leak somewhere. That's probably where I'm going to start.
Okay, so we got pressure too low.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if he's hearing a hissing noise, you know,
okay,
I think that's where I'm going to start and see if I can't find anything real quick just by looking at it.
And he's got a lot of oil. You might be right. We'll see. How many miles did it have on it?
88,000.
88,000. Holy cow. It's got no miles on it. Here's a pun. Now it's got a miles on it. Does anybody think that's funny? My wife says I think I'm too funny.
I don't really see anything too alarming here.
Is his oil filter housing not on all the way? Well, it's... Okay. That ain't good. That's a concern, but...
Here, I'm gonna rub it up if you hear anything. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna power brake it?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, that would be why you have low boost pressure.
That could be a concern.
Oh, yep. Yep, that's it right there.
Okay. That's an issue. Before we pull the trigger and just say, hey customer, you obviously need to replace this hose. Let's just take off the front of that. I want to make sure that turbo looks okay.
Check the turbine.
It might be a turbo actuator, so it's got the electronic actuator on there, so I guess let's make sure that it actuates. I just want to make sure the turbo shaft, like, we don't condemn this and not look at that. He's got a fuel line here that looks like it's kinked, and he's got double hose clamps here on this top one.
So I'm sure he's probably already had it leaking before.
Yeah, you can see how far the hose is to the actual, like, flared portion there, and then he's got double hose clamps on that one. Man, somebody's done not the best work. Still crossing my fingers, hoping that there isn't something major for this guy.
Yeah, because they're out of town, right? So.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. There's a little bit of play, but I don't think anything like crazy.
Sucker's probably hot. don't know, dude. That's
There's a little bit.
yeah. Oh yeah. A few bare wires.
Oh, I think we found something else. Yeah, I mean, if they're touching each other, that's probably why there's multiple codes. Maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah, that one's bare, and then this one's all bunched up.
That would make sense why we've got like a lot of codes for the O2 circuits, because they're touching each other and essentially shorting each other out.
Yeah, a few issues there, and it could be somewhere else in the wire too. I mean, I'm sure when that belt came flinging off that it was randomly just shredding stuff.
All right, I'll write everything up that we found, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Mr. Donald.
What's happening?
Well, not great news for the guy, but did he tell you, because you checked the guy in this morning, like why they condemned the turbo or the actuator?
They said that the actuator was seized and it wasn't working.
We found a massive boost leak from the intercooler tube on the driver's side. I mean, it's totally split.
Yeah, they did mention a hissing noise too, but the dealer condemned the turbo. It's failed turbo actuator. Yeah, the engine turbocharger has failed. Failed turbo actuator. Checked hose condition of the charge air.
Performed a charge air system leak test using smoke, removing the air mass sensor to find no leaks in the system at this time.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the leak happened after he was just driving here. Okay, so maybe we'll investigate a little bit more.
Okay.
I mean, his turbo, definitely, the shaft has a decent amount of play, and the oil filter cap is loose. I could just untwist it by hand. I mean, there was a gap there, maybe like a quarter and an eighth of an inch.
They leak out all the oil?
It doesn't look like it was spilling oil.
Yeah.
It looked loose. He's got some fuel lines that go to the pump that are kinked, double hose clamped, and like sitting off. He's got a few things that definitely have to be taken care of, or he will have more issues.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
The turbo underneath is definitely leaking some oil, but we need to check the actuator.
Okay.
But he's got a massive leak. Let's go ahead and order the charge air hose. He's going to need that no matter what.
Okay. Is that on the driver's side?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I'll get it coming.
Okay. So I was looking at the paperwork. The dealer said that they smoke test the charge air system and that they did not find a leak. So now, and obviously we've got a massive leak. So now I'm worried that maybe there is something wrong with the turbo or that actuator. They said the actuator was seized, unless they were just totally oblivious. If it was just stuck and it was just full boosting
It blew
and
that
then
charge
blew the
back.
hose. Yeah, because I can't imagine that they
Missed that.
just totally missed that. And the customer did drive quite a ways to get here.
Okay.
So maybe that's just an effect because of something here.
Okay.
Hey, Tyson.
Yeah.
All-knowing, all-powerful. Okay, we've got a 2.7 Sprinter that we're testing.
Okay.
The actuator on those, when we cycle the key, should it like fully actuate? The reason I'm asking is that the dealer said that the actuator was seized, and so I'm just wondering, how can we test that to see if it was in fact seized?
You're in luck. I have an old one for testing. So
Oh, of course. See, that's
Give
what I
me a
said.
minute.
All-knowing.
let me go find it. So I can't remember if this is a 2.7 or if this is a 3.0.
But it's so, got a lever on the back. A whole
Okay,
thing.
it's plugged in. Okay, turn it off. Turn it on. Off. It did move a little bit. Or it moved back to its rest position, and then when he cycles the key, it moves a little. Cycle the key again. Yep. Okay, key on. So he just moves a little tiny bit. So do you want to verify whether the turbo is a problem or if it's the actuator? Is that where you're at?
Yes to both. I want to see if it's the actuator or the turbo.
So there's 3 10mm bolts, and you can unbolt the actuator, and then you can see and get to things.
Okay. If you take it off, then you can isolate.
So you can take it off right here. You just have to take this little snap ring. Here, we'll do it right here.
Okay.
Shine the light in there for me. So you very carefully get in there, and we'll pop that out. Okay.
Yeah.
So that lets me know turbo is not
Turbo side
seized.
is fine. Okay.
So then, let me get back under here and plug that back in. Okay, so now he's gonna cycle the key, and we're gonna see if that rod moves at all. So go ahead and cycle the key again.
And then if that rod moves, then that tells us that the actuator is working.
Yes. Okay, key off. Key on. Key off. Okay, I don't feel any movement.
But then look at this. I mean, so Javis and I are concerned about the turbo. I mean, feel that. And
There is play there. How many miles are on it?
88.
Okay.
But then look at, I mean, the bottom of that. Look at the bottom of this. I mean, it's freaking covered in oil.
Now, is that from this O-ring failing, or is that from, so this is an OEM.
Right.
So that's the aftermarket version. So did it get replaced and they never cleaned anything off? You know, is another question.
That's a valid question. Since the actuator isn't working, that could have led to our, splitting the hose if he drove it here.
If it sticks full boost.
Then he drove it here. I think he had a 5 or 6 hour trip to us, so he could have been running this full boost. And
Was the check engine light on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So unless the actuator stuck, normally if it senses a boost fault, it defaults to, it won't move the actuator and it won't have any boost. So did he feel like he had power, or was he just putting it to get here?
He said sometimes he felt like he never had full turbo boost.
Turbo, yeah.
He said sometimes it felt like I had a little bit of something, but he's like, it was a nightmare to get from Montana to here.
Oh yeah.
So they spread it into, from Thursday until today, they spread that trip into this long time frame. And the dealer said, tough luck, can't get you anything with the turbo, so.
Well, that's them, but
Right.
I mean, that does have play, but there is a little, because then you have to remember that bearing then gets fed with oil pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So it has oil pressure keeping it. So unless you see wear like on the sides of the housing and with the low miles, yes, it has some wear, but I don't know that I would condemn it.
But so we need an actuator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll have Donald give the guy an option and say, do you want to just do the actuator and the hose? And then he's got a few other hokey things he needs to fix.
So before installing the actuator, though, we will plug it in, verify movement.
Okay.
Before then installing it to then continue testing, because you don't want to have some weird, that's why I have these, was I plug it in, the actuator moves, I know I don't have a wiring issue, a computer issue, so something weird going on.
Okay.
So that's why I have these for testing.
Sweet. Thanks, Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
There's your 2 actuators.
Perfect.
All right, so we just spoke to the customer and let him know that the actuator, in fact, was the piece that was bad. We did let him know that there was some minor play in the turbo, and for his peace of mind, since they take this thing across country and travel in it, he'd opted to just replace the actuator and the turbo as one whole piece. We had it in stock, so it makes it easy to just put that on, get him back on the road. So I'm gonna go let Javis know that we're gonna get started on that turbo, get it out, and keep this customer going.
the next day.
All right, so got the turbo off.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, these 2.7s seem, I mean, the location is nice. You don't have to lift a cab or anything. Okay, and then we got the new hose for you. Yeah.
Yep.
Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I like this whole thing instead of just
Just that
the
top
two
piece.
different pieces. Yeah. And then I think Donald. Oh, you already got the lines off.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I've done that job before. So what looks like happened is someone replaced it with just regular straight hose, and since it's so short, it'll kink.
Look. Oh, that's so bad.
But I've replaced them before, and I already knew what part numbers, so they're pre-made, they're the right size and everything.
Well, yeah, dude, this is going to restrict flow to the pump. Sweet. So you're just going to rock and roll,
Yep.
replace the turbo.
Those lines, oil change, fill the cooling system up, bleed it.
You always do a great job, Javis. So I'm just going to ask, what do you think your time frame is?
I should have this done by the end of the day. The only thing that I'm not 100% sure on is those O2 sensor codes. So I'm hoping just repairing all these wires is going to fix the problem. That's where I wanted to start instead of just going straight for replacing the part.
I mean, that's obvious damage.
Yeah, and I mean, if the wires are touching, that could see circuit codes coming up from that, because you can see they're teared right there. If they're touching each other,
Yeah.
you know, that could definitely cause circuit codes because it'll be short. So
Okay.
hopefully that fixes it. And
Well,
then-
that'd be awesome if we can get this running today and keep
Yep.
the customer going on their trip. But not over till the fat lady sings, and the fat lady is this ride.
Much, much, much later.
Okay, I'm just gonna highlight this. Wiring is not easy. It's really tedious. You open up this loom, and we're just talking like O2 sensor circuit codes. This is tedious. That's why a good mechanic is a valuable mechanic, because it's hard to do this stuff and figure it out. But we're gonna get this repaired. I'm gonna show you how it's done. And Javis is kicking butt. We're running it to the wire here. Already done the turbo, doing the intercooler pipe here now. Making great headway. Gonna do the fuel lines here, but still quite a bit to do.
We're getting close.
You're doing good. So it's the next morning here. The customer, we let him camp outside here overnight, let him hook up to water and electric and things like that. With all of the wiring issues that we found and the fuel issues and other things like that, decided that they were okay staying overnight to get some of these things taken care of. Javis, the man, is rocking away on it this morning. You got most of the wiring done here.
I just got to wrap it back up and make it look nice. So.
Okay, beautiful. So we'll put it back in some loom, oil change, just finishing up on the coolant. So we're close. We're really close. We'll get this, all these things buttoned up and done, test drive it, and should be good to give it back to the customer. So we'll do our quality checks and get this finalized.
I test drove it after I did all the repairs. I made sure the readiness monitors were complete and I had no exhaust leaks or coolant leaks because I drained the cooling system and took the exhaust apart. Looks like the wiring repair held up. My O2 sensors are reading correctly now. Fuel lines are good, they're not kinked anymore. Looks like we can get them back on the road for their road trip.